Hi, this is Fink from Ninja Tune, and you're watching Toasted.
Welcome to Lowland.
Oh, I've been here for a little while, actually.
You've been here 5 years ago also.
Oh man, 2006 was a great gig. That was the first gig that we did as Fink anywhere in the world, where we came off stage of Lowlands 2006, and we felt like we could actually do this.
Felt like $1,000,000.
Felt like €1,000.
£1,000,000.
Probably almost what we got paid to that time, but yeah, we've got a really soft spot for Lowlands, and we really wanted to do it this year because we got a new album and we love it. I mean, it plays good, and we just wanted to bring that to Lowlands. And Ron, our agent, booked us up. It was great. It was happy days.
Did you get a bigger tent?
We got a bigger tent. Well, I don't know actually. Probably bigger tent. Okay. Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Because you're making this emotional, intimate music.
Well, we try and overwhelm the audience with a sense of acoustic kind of niceness, and I think our intensity on the records, we try and give it some power on stage to compensate for how intimate it is. We tend to just put the power down and try and make it happen like that. To be honest, it really doesn't matter the size of the crowd. It really doesn't matter. And the small crowds can be much more difficult than the large crowds. And today, when we started the show, I think we had a third of the audience on our side and 2/3 just hanging out because it was raining. And then by the end, I think we had everyone. So that is a wicked feeling, you know.
Is that an accomplishment for you?
Yeah, it's an accomplishment for a band because we didn't do anything terribly wrong, and we didn't do anything. We sort of said, look, enjoy us, and if you like it, and then we kept their attention. That's a beautiful thing for us, because there's only 3 of us on stage.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You see the show this morning?
I've seen it a little bit from the backstage, and I've seen you at Vlieland last year.
Vlieland last year,
in the sports cafeteria. It was great.
Was cool. Yeah, that was really cool.
That was really intimate.
Well, that was our first experience of the Dutch Island Festival situation. And we were a bit like, we had to leave our van and go on a boat, and we were like, dude, really?
But you're from an island.
Well, from an island, but on the island that we're from, you're allowed to drive a car, you're allowed to have a van, but it was awesome. So this year we did another one, Euro Festival, which was also like fucking great, really great. The first day, weather was terrible, the rain and the wind and you're on an island in northern Holland. It's intense. And then the next day the sun came out and we played in a forest and little birds going and we're doing our thing. It was wicked. It was great.
I've got some friends with broken hearts, and every time they play a record it breaks again. Do you realize that you have that power?
Timmy?
I'm sorry.
That's one for you, bro.
Okay, what was the question again?
Come sit, Tim.
I didn't quite hear it all. I heard most of it.
I said that some friends of mine have broken hearts, and when they play Fink records, they break all over again and again and again.
Oh, well, that's lovely. I think that
Why is that lovely?
Why is it lovely? Well, I like music that is sad, that makes you feel good. It's a kind of a thing that you can hear something melancholy and it kind of makes you sad, but at the same time, it, in a really cheesy way, it kind of heals as well. Yeah. And I mean, I can't. We're too close to Fink music to really get that feeling from listening to our own stuff. But it would be awesome if someone got that from listening to it as well.
I can guarantee you that that's happening.
That's great. That's lovely. That's really good. Yeah, it's nice. And also, I mean, I think that some of the stuff is sort of bittersweet enough to, like Honesty. We've got this song. I can see people mouthing. There's a naughty lyric in Honesty. I don't know if this is this.
I've already swore.
You've already swore. Okay, so
You can do
whatever
you want.
Oh, all right, fine. Okay, so you've got it's so hard to see your true colours. You've got so many, baby. You're like a fucking rainbow. I think that is kind of touched a bit of a nerve. I can see people mouthing it, which is really great. I'm really pleased to see that. Yeah, it's sort of a kind of a hard but true lyric that you can relate to. Yeah.
So, like every artist, you can keep.
Get out.
Is that it? Is that right?
Great. Jeez.
come back to
Good,
me.
isn't he? He's good, isn't he?
He's good.
He's really good.
He's very articulate.
He's very articulate.
So
Thanks, Mr. T.
the new album is less about heartbreak. It's a bit more about the music industry, I guess.
You think so?
I think Foot in the Door is about signing.
Yeah, Foot in the Door's about...
And the title is about growing big with your music, right?
The title song initially, Perfect Darkness, was about... Yeah, it was written with another artist in mind who's a good friend of ours who's blowing up, man. He's getting so big these days, and it was just... I wrote it to kind of say, you know, it all works out, it's good, just roll with it, go with it. You know, you know, but it can feel like you're drowning, it can feel really, really intense, but you end up, you do get into it, just roll with it originally, yeah. Well, every song is going to be about personal experience, but you can also write songs about the experiences that others are going to have, and in a way that you might have already had them too. If you write every song about love, then you're essentially writing an R&B album. You should leave that to Chris Brown, you know? Yeah. Every song's going to be about, oh baby, I want to get your knickers off. And it's boring after 3 tracks. And Fink likes to write different things, relationship stuff.
You did write some R&B, didn't you?
I've written a bit of R&B, yeah. Yeah, I've written a bit of R&B. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that.
Absolutely not.
Nice.
And do you still dabble in electronic music personally, or?
Well, I still love it. Just for fun, I really do love it. Can't wait to see Aphex Twin tonight. We're all really excited. He's one of the few electronic artists where you have absolutely no idea what he's going to do tonight. He could play Window Licker for an hour, if we're lucky. He could get out a load of power tools and just start drilling into equipment with it. You just never know with Aphex Twin. I love the fact that electronica is very clean in the ears. So our music's very acoustic, it's very organic, it's very woody, and very dusty. Electronic music is very clean, it's very pure. And sometimes you just want that cleanliness of bass, cleanliness of synth sound. So, and we still make a bit too. We still make a little bit of electronica, sideshow. Less and less as Fink takes over more and more of our lives, for sure.
Okay. And final question: your sound seems to get it's singer-songwriter qualities, but the production's getting more slick. Is there an end in sight, or?
The end in sight would be to have Nigel Godrich and Jeff Barrow and Ethan Johns produce it together in space.
For
that
$1
would
million.
cost, yeah, well, that would cost like $28 million. If we can get to that, I think we'll feel that we've made it.
All right. You still got a lot of touring to go?
We got a lot of touring. We've got a 2-month tour starting in September. It's a first part of the world tour. It's just Europe. We're doing 4 dates in Holland, Paradiso, Utrecht, Breda, and Groningen, I think. I don't know if we're doing Vera. Are we doing Vera this time? We played Vera twice, and Vera is a fantastic venue. Man, love Vera. It's brilliant. First time we played Vera in Groningen, the owner, who's a real character, he's a real famous character, he said, when U2 played here, they only had 60 people in, and you've got 100, so... And we were like, yay! And the venue holds like 700. But we felt so cool that we got more people in than U2 and Sex Pistols when they first played that venue. Felt quite good about that.
Well, I think there's 2 tickets left for your entire tour, so...
Well, Paradiso, there's 3 balconies.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start opening them, I don't know.
Build another ring.
Well, maybe if we come back next year, maybe that might be cool, you know?
All right. Thanks.
My pleasure.